Hey, what's up everybody? BDO44 coming at you in another video. Alright, so since my last video, after I gotten off with you guys, I walked up to the front desk and the man took my information and then proceeded to tell me that they only took credit cards. So I spent $10 on an Uber there for nothing. And so what I ended up doing was searching for another place, and then I found one called Makado, which is really nice. As you can see, this room is spectacular for what it is I'm used to these days. Bathroom looks great. You know what I mean? Looks great. Forgive, I haven't tried to set it up right, but it's a nice place. It really is nice. And it required a $100 deposit plus like $100 payment. I think it was like $200 in total, with the deposit going to be refunded. So the problem for me is I'm pretty sure that refund is going to take a couple days. So I'm going to have to ask my uncle to give me more money. And I could promise him to shoot it right back to him, you know, as far as the $100. But I'm not gonna have enough for the contract tomorrow. I already know that. If that deposit is not directly reinserted back into my account, so that's what it was required for this particular hotel. And so I can see why it's nice. They want to make sure your deposit is, you know, they want to make sure you don't mess up the room. And I can totally see why somebody would want an extra $100. So I'm not going to do anything to mess with that. I'm going to be out of here well before 11:30, I believe, is the checkout. I will check again to make sure, but you know, I'm pleased with how it all turned out. For all of the different road bumps that came through, ultimately the money eventually came in. At the same time, they were telling me that they didn't take my card. And I have a gripe with the company that I use. I don't know the name of it, Zio, I'm not sure the name of the hotel link, but they were essentially saying you could prepay or you could reserve the room. And then they took my card down to assure that it would be something that would be allowed. That's why they reserve your card, so that they can run it to make sure that there's money on there and make sure that the company that they're working with takes your card. And they confirmed my reservation, only for me to spend my money getting there just to find out that they don't in fact take my card. So yeah, they cost me some money, man, and I'm not happy about it. So I had to spend ultimately like $30 just for the round trip. $10 there and then $20 here. So that was not ideal, but you know, just like I've been taking everything else on the chin as of late, this is no exception. And I'm looking forward to the shower here because it looks like it's a very nice shower. And you know, I might do a walk around the neighborhood, see what's out here. Don't know this area at all, so this is cool. I like newness, as I was telling you on the last video. We do new, and this is definitely new. It's about 3 miles away, so I don't quite know where I am, but I know I ain't that far away. So it's rough, man. It's rough. I really do appreciate what God is doing for me, though, man. In this situation, there's been some road blocks, you know what I mean, some bumps in the road. This is probably the one that felt the least comfortable, based on just having to jump around with all of my things, and then just the awkwardness of getting in people's cars back and forth with my stuff. But you know, at the end of the day, man, you grow stronger from the difficulties of the circumstances you're in. And it just seems like the enemy would like to consider this an attack toward me, but I'm really not taking it like that. I'm handling the business in front of me and looking at it the right way, based on the real sufferings that I see every day in my phone. It's just a certain level of humility for the bumps in the road that comes with being an American person who has a family who's helping them. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't got no real problems. These suck, but it's based on the conditioning of things being pretty damn good, and that's the point. When you consider people living under rubble right now, you know, laying in places where their families passed away in violent ways, blood still on the floor, and that's where they gotta huddle up with their children. I mean, it's like, what am I? You know what I'm saying? That situation, when you see that day in and day out in your phone, and then you go and turn around and see your little problems. Yeah, they suck based on your conditioning and what you're used to, but do they really suck in comparison to what you're actually seeing? Hell no, man. No, this is heaven. This is heaven. And so that I understand that, makes it so that I receive whatever roadblocks are here so much more humbly and so much more at peace. Yeah, this is not fun for me. But if I were dealing with what they were dealing with and then were transferred into this situation, I'd be doing front flips for these type of problems. So I just don't find myself as blind to that as I had been pretty much all my life. Hard day is a hard day until you see what a real hard day is. Then you understand that there are people who are ignoring that hard day. It ain't enough that they're going through that. It's that they have entire governments sanctioning it and putting out propaganda to make it seem like it's fine. You know, people are running for president, vowing to continue their suffering, continue funding their suffering, and continue being racist against their people. Like, it's just hard for me, who pays so much attention to that day in and day out for the last 300 days, 350 days, whatever it's been, to legitimately sit up here on my considered bad day and actually feel that bad for myself. No, I'm not in a space where I can honestly do that consciously anymore. And that's the gift and the curse of being conscious of real life suffering. Knowing that someone's going through something that makes this look like a very, very blessed day. And so it is. It literally is. And it's okay to normalize that. You know, even if you're going through a tough time, if you're going through a tough time in the USA, 9 out of 10 times you're not going through a tougher time as somebody who's dealing with that in occupied Palestine, known as Israel, or the surrounding areas that is not considered Israel, rather. You're not dealing with what they're dealing with in Lebanon. You're not dealing with what they're dealing with in Syria. You're not dealing with what they're dealing with in Congo. You're not dealing with what they're dealing with in these places where things are so much worse. And that concept of perspective should allow you the understanding of that. And so that's what it's done for me, man. Has this been a bad day in the course of a Brandon day? Sure. Is a Brandon day in any comparison to what a hard day would be for the strongest Palestinian? I don't believe so. Not even close. Not even my worst is anywhere near approaching what is normal for them at this point. So we will normalize that on our channel. We will show appreciation for the days that are really good, as well as the ones that are considered bad based on our standards. And we will raise our standards for our threshold for what we can handle based on the humility that comes with respecting it ain't that dang bad anyway. And in tribute to people who really do have it rough, man. Rough. A lot rougher than I hope to ever see for myself. But with humility to think that they wouldn't also wish for what they're going through. And that they should be relieved from it. And so that's really what it is, man. I wanted to say that. I am pleased with myself for handling it the way I have. And that's what's been pushing me through. You know, and it's not in celebration that, oh, things could be so much worse. Look at them, they got it bad, feel good for yourself. It's more so like, yo, stay humble. Because you don't know what's coming. You don't know what a hard day is going to be defined as 3 years from now if things get a lot worse. And judging by how our country is handling this situation, we may all understand what a bad day truly is. Someday, based on their decisions above our heads. So that's what we're talking about here, man. And look, I feel better just understanding that, unfortunately. Knowing that it could get worse in my own life, you know, based on choices made above me and around me. And so, you know, that's why I just try to stay prayed up. I did a lot of praying last night, did a lot of praying today, and judging by how things have played out, I say those prayers are working for myself, and I hope that the same prayers that I'm praying for other people will also fall upon them so that they can be okay, whatever that looks like in their life. Really, man. So that's pretty much what I gotta say. I'm gonna probably opt away from going to pick up the paperwork that I ultimately intended to pick up today because of where I'm at and how difficult it's going to be to get to a train station from here and to get back. This is far away from a train station, so I will probably wait until I get checked in tomorrow after 12:30 because I already spoke with the lady at the front desk. She said she expects some rooms to be open, but not until after 12:30. So I expect to get there when I get there and then wait around till 12:30. And check in afterward, and upon checking in, get everything situated, and hopefully be back down to that place by 3 maybe tomorrow. Would have loved to have been able to handle it today, but wasn't in the cards. So, you know, my intention is to try to take care of my business, whatever I can, and maybe I should try my best to get down there and get back. But that just seems like a lot in terms of where I'm at. It'd probably take like 2 buses to get to a train station. It's going to be more than I'm willing to do right now. So hopefully that stuff can get postmarked and sent in on time. I'm intentional on doing my part, but for now, I'm gonna probably just stay in this area. Like I said, maybe explore a little something, walk around here. But that's really it, man. I'm actually very pleased to have landed here. I would rather spend the night here than NoHo. To be honest with you, NoHo's not bad, but this is a lot nicer, and I'm pretty sure it's nicer than the Super 8 too. So, you know, I'm gonna enjoy this night, and if there's more content to make, I'll make that. But for now, that's pretty much what I gotta say, man. BDL 44. I thank y'all for watching.